but they had surrendered. They were unarmed. They were unarmed. On December 14, 1944, American prisoners in Palawan were told to line up, and then everything exploded. The morning began like any other in a makeshift prison camp on Palawan Island. Cups flapped. Men counted cigarettes. They talked about mail that never came. Then, the whispers turned sharp. Allied ships were nearby. The Japanese guards grew colder. Orders came down. Not to move the men, to make them vanish. The reason was brutal in its simplicity. Keep the prisoners from being liberated. So the guards marched the Americans out of their huts one by one to shallow graves they dug in the sand. Baba Akbar marched, and they were told to kneel. They were told to wait, and then the sky erupted. Grenades tossed into rows. Machine guns fired into faces. Huts were torched so smoke and flame could cover the killing. Men who had survived jungle marches and Bataan's worst were now thrown into a new kind of hell, stripped of dignity, reduced to numbers, but not everyone died. A handful, enough to ruin the plan, slid from cover, crawled through mud, dove into the dark mangroves, and ran. They tasted salt and blood and jungle leaves. Filipino farmers and guerrillas hit them. A few swam to wreckage. They watched from the trees as the camp burned and counted the dead they had once shared bread with. Those survivors would later tell the world. They gave names. They described the faces of men who chose to stay, the ones who tried to run and were cut down. Their testimony would become a slow, painful ledger at war crimes hearings. And yet, for decades, Palawan stayed a small, aching footnote. Not the Bataan March, not a famous battle, just a list of bodies, and the echo of footsteps in the sand. They were told surrender would save them, then they were erased. A few escaped to tell the story, but what happened next is even stranger.